All right, now our goal is to make a barrel. Also in video games, sometimes there's barrels, so I'm going to try to make one. So again, I'm going to look at the thing from the overhead for a second. We're going to click cylinder, and I'm going to draw a cylinder. And this is just a matter of drawing a radius, pulling it up, clicking, and then determining what kind of heights I need. So this height's a little small given that radius, so I'm just going to take this height and I'm going to bump it up maybe to 270 and hit check mark. And that looks a little closer to what I need. And now I need a couple different things. I need radial segments. I need to take that from 12 to 18 and hit check mark. And I need to take my height segments, and I need 5 of those. And I'm going to hit check mark. All right. So now we've got a thing that looks like this. We click off, and we got a cylinder that's been subdivided a little bit. And we're going to show you what we're going to do with those things. So first of all, we're going to manipulate some lines. So I'm going to go to lines and hit select lines, and we're going to introduce you to something called the marquee tool. So I'm looking at it from the side basically, and the marquee tool is here. I want marquee add, it's called marquee add, and then I'm on lines already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle around the lines I want to move, and it should have drawn just those lines inside that box, and it did. You see how they highlighted? And now I'm not going to move those a bit. I'm sorry, I wanted to move the next one down. So I'm going to just do the same thing. Lines, marquee add, and I'm going to go down to the second line. I'm going to get those. And again, just that line all the way around. I'm going to take those lines and I'm going to move them up. So I grab the up arrow key and I move them up. By the same token, I'm going to do the same thing to the next line down. So I'm going to go lines, marquee tool, and I'm going to grab this whole set of lines. And hopefully I didn't grab anything else because I was off center. I did. So I'm just going to go back for a moment. Lines, marquee tool, and I'm going to try to make sure it's perpendicular this time. Now I grab it, and that does look better. So now my blue arrow key again will move it down, and I try to match the width of the first barrel. All right, so these are what's going to be my staves. Now I'm going to stay on this marquee tool, and I'm going to flip over to faces. So I'm going to go marquee add with faces this time. Notice the change. So this time I'm going to draw the box around these, and then I'm going to come down here, make sure I'm level, and I'm going to draw the box around. I'm going to hit marquee add again, and I'm going to, make sure I'm level. Okay, I'm going to hit marquee add again, and I'm going to come down around this band. So what you should see now is I've highlighted 2 bands around the thing, and now I'm going to extrude them a little bit. So I hit extrude, and you should be a little arrow pull up. Just grab a little arrow and pull it out a little bit. And what that should make is it should make some like bands that go around the barrels, and that's what we're looking for. All right. So now let's do another couple other things. So we're going to use that marquee again, cool, and I'm still on faces. So since I'm still on faces, or I can select it again, and I hit marquee faces this time, I'm going to look at, and I want to level it out first. I want to look at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go marquee add, faces this time, and I'm going to go to the top set of faces, and you should see it's done. See it? And again, from the side, I'm going to go marquee add, and I'm going to go faces again, and I'm going to add the bottom set of faces. Okay, so now notice just the top and just the bottom are highlighted. Now with this done, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scale these dudes down. So I'm going to hit proportional scale if I can find one. Proportional scale. That second button down says proportional scale, and I'm going to pull it in. There we go. Which way is it going to come in? I don't want to pull it down. I guess I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to pick another one. I still got them still highlighted, and I want a proportional scale this. So let's look over here. Proportional scale, that's the one I want. And I'm going to pull it in. All right. That's not bad. So notice I've created a little bit of a inset there. Do you see where those barrels kind of slant inward? Okay. If I wanted to move it up a little bit and make it look better, I could probably have to do that one at a time. So I'm going to click off this. I'm going to go marquee tool again. I'm going to select just the faces again on the top. And now I'm going to pull those faces up a little bit. Okay. Same token. I'm going to keep it on faces. Click marquee tool. Click just the faces on the bottom. And I'm going to pull them down a little bit. Okay. Now again, what I've got is a little bit better barrel shape working here. And now I'm going to do that faces again. And I probably could have clicked on this the last time, but I'm going to marquee tool the faces again. So I'm going to put it sideways, marquee add, and I'm going to grab just the faces on the top. I'm going to hit marquee add again. I'm also going to add the faces on the bottom, and hopefully I got them. Let's take a look. Didn't get them all. Okay, if I want to add more, I just click, 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 click. All right, again, remember, right click is delete, left click is add. So now I got the two faces done. And now with the two faces done, I'm going to go over here to bevel. And on bevel, if I look a little closer on the thing, it'll ask me what I want to do. And I actually want to drag this inside in. So this makes like the set of the staves. And once I drag it in, then I'm going to go to extrude. And when I get on extrude, I'm going to change my view here and I'm going to push this in. Okay. Now notice what this did. In addition to have it going in, it also is inset and there's a little bit in there. So now we're looking more and more like a barrel. I'm sorry for this length of this video, but again, I think we'll be all right. Do the best you can. All right, two more things then. We're going to duplicate this layer. So layer 1 is sitting right here, and I'm going to go down here to where it says duplicate layer, and I'm going to click it. And it's going to say layer 1 copy, and we're going to call this staves or bands. So layer 1 we're going to call barrel, and layer 2 we're going to call bands. All right, so let's go to layer 2 for a minute. You go, wait a minute, I didn't see any copy in a layer, and this is the cool part. If you hit the select layers and you click on this move tool, and then I'm just going to grab this pink guy and move it over, you'll see that it's actually created an exact replica of it, and this is the thing called bands. So I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to make this one metal, and I'm going to make this one wood, and I'm going to just save the bands here and just save the barrel here, and I'm going to move these bands over and replace them is the goal. So let's see what happens here. So I'm just going to save the bands over here. So first of all, I'll do the little easier one because we've been using marquee add. So I'm going to look at them from the dead side again. We're going to go marquee add, and I'm going to grab the faces again. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. I want to grab faces, marquee add. So I'm going to grab all the faces here, and that is band. So I was on the wrong one. Click barrel, faces, marquee add. Make sure you're on the right layer. Bang, they should highlight. Marquee add. Just click the faces of the bands, bang, they should add. Okay, so now looks, the bands are all the way around, and that's on the level called barrels. I am going to just trash and delete those. Kerpow, gone. I'm probably going to take my barrel for a moment, hit my color picker, turn it some sort of wood, and then I'm going to go default wood, and I'm going to change it to, I don't know, oak. That doesn't look good. Walnut. That looks a little better. Kingwood. We'll go kingwood for right now. And so notice that whole barrel now is done in wood. So now I'm going to do almost the exact opposite over on this other one. I'm going to go faces on the other one. Make sure you switch layers over to bands. I'm going to click on one of the face and Control A, and that's going to give me all the faces. And now I'm going to go what's called marquee minus. So with the marquee minus tool, I basically do the same thing, but this takes away faces. So I click one once. I say marquee minus. I click one again, and notice now these have been deselected. So now, since I'm on bands, I'm going to deselect. I'm going to hit delete selection, and the whole barrel is going to disappear. And now on these bands, I'm going to go to color picker. I might pick some sort of maybe real light looking blue. I'm going to change this thing to steel. I might change the finish over here to woven. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, and so I've got layer 2 now. So I click on layer. I click on this layer here, and I just move them dudes back over in place. If I need to jockey them around a little bit, I probably can. Okay, let's look at it. That doesn't look too bad. I've created a barrel, and I've now got a couple of things of bands on the end of it. So we're going to stop there.